Welcome back. We're about to talk to Stingtail about the stolen goods, but he's also the target Sebille is after, so this might be interesting. Also, over there's a strange marked crate.
This looks like the crate I'm after. Oh, but where are the contents?
Another hint. So this obviously is a crate that was stolen. And it is quite close to Stingtail, so yeah, it's pretty sure by now that Stingtail has stolen those oranges. Let's check the quest log, if you want to read up. And yeah, let's drop a quick save and talk to Stingtail.
As you're about to approach the lizard, Sebille cups your chin between thumb and index finger, then guides your eyes to hers.
Listen, I need to have a chat with this here morsel of flesh. He has wronged me once, but may just do right by me this time.
So yeah, Sebille told us that this guy is responsible for her scar on her cheek. So yeah, sure. Told her to go ahead and have that chat with him.
To your surprise, Sebille proceeds to throttle the unsuspecting lizard with one hand as she drives the tip of her needle into his lower belly with the other. Then the questions commence. You hear him yelp about the master, lone wolves, and a man called Griff. Then, quite suddenly, there's blood everywhere as Stingtail falls to the ground, face first into his own intestines. Sebille heaves a sigh of satisfaction, and as she wipes her needle clean, shoots you a cursory look.
Alright, let's hope that she'll never has that kind of chat with us then. Yeah, she just went ahead and killed Stingtail apparently.
Chat's over.
Yeah, I reckon. Alright. Well, let's talk to Sebille about what just happened.
Something on your mind?
No, what could be possibly on my mind? Demand to know why she just brutally killed Stingtail.
It's simple. He scarred me, so I scarred him. Extensively.
She defies you with devilishly innocent eyes.
Can you blame me?
Well, if someone would have scarred me like this, I'd probably react the same way.
There it is. I was wondering when your spying would make an appearance. Anyway, what's dead is done, so let's move on, shall we? Despite my high hopes, this scar disfigures me still.
Ask her what's next.
The search for the master continues, of course. Hungry work, the hunt. And you know what? I'm feeling a bit peckish. Stingtail mentioned a cook, as it happens. Fellow named Griff. 2 birds, 1 stone. How about it?
Okay, so her next lead is Griff, who we already talked to last episode. Guess we have another chat with him. Now let's see. Yeah, there are unusually large oranges. Okay, so it's just quite obvious that Stingtail was indeed the culprit we are after. And we are free to take his stuff now. Frying pan, yeah, I don't think I need that. Alright, so yeah, we found the oranges we are looking for. Guess we'll have a talk to Griff now.
Take your coin then.
Alright, so Griff, Sebille got a lead from Stingtail that Griff knows where her master is, or at least how to proceed, so I guess she wants to talk to Griff now too. Let's see.
Sebille gently places a hand on the small of your bag. Her mouth reaches your ear with a whisper.
Let me have a word with the gentleman, would you? I've a little clue to follow up on.
Extend your arm in a welcome gesture. She's free to speak first.
Sebille steps forward and asks Griff the cook about the lone wolves. A dead little birdie told her he's the man to talk to. A little back and forth ensues. Money crosses hands, and before you know it, Sebille stands back beside you, all smiles.
Thank you. We should make good on our escape, you know. I have to see a man about a wolf in the hollow marshes.
Ask a big bad wolf?
Naught but a whelp in skillful hands, I'm sure. Zalaskar's his name. A name for the taking, if it comes to that.
Valiskar. So that's curious, because that's also the guy that Ifan is looking for. So yeah, I guess we'll have a talk to Zaliskar after we escape from here. Anyhow, we need to talk to Griff again, because we found his
Griff
oranges.
glances from his blade to you and back again.
Hand over Griff's oranges.
Griff tears into one of the oranges with both hands. Juice squirts through his hands as he desperately rips through the rind.
Looks like everything's accounted for. Now the important question. Who's the thief?
Stingtail, but yeah, well, he's dead now.
He raises an eyebrow.
Looks like someone did my job for me. Your guy's free to go. He should be fine. Eventually.
Now, there are different ways to solve this conflict, or this problem rather, and yeah, we solved it this way. Let's see, an imprisoned elf, right, Emir is free, and yeah, thing is, what we don't find out if we solve it this way is
Ain't
that
fit for beasts.
why he was so focused on his oranges is because he's smuggling June inside the oranges. And yeah, that's why he wanted them back so badly. Anyhow,
It is done. And quickly. I thank you. Very, very much. I hold my end of the bargain. I show you the way out. But I have something more to ask of you.
ask the elf what he means.
Sahela. She is everything. A ruler, a seer, a knower, a child. She cannot cannot be lost here.
Ask him what he has in mind.
It is for all our people, for the world. Give me your map. I show you the way out. A secret, dangerous, but it leads to freedom. I give you this amulet. You must pass it to the elves who still remain. Tell them Sahela is here. They will send help. Please. She is important. I go to her. I wish you good luck, and I thank you for us all.
Worse than war rations, these.
Alright. So he marked this entrance to the underground on our map. And yeah, we'll check this out shortly. However, we still have the arena over here, and some other stuff to do. He gave us Saheli's crest and
Perhaps
amulet,
those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so
but
much.
we can't use it right now because we still have this horse collar that we can't equip. So yeah, we'll keep this around for now.
That special shipment
And
he was
we
asking
are
after.
to hand this amulet to a group of elves outside so they can come here and save Sahelia. Yeah, we will do that when we encounter those elves. Let's see, got some inventory management to do.
Worse than
Let's
war
do that right
rations,
now.
these.
Now, let's get back to crafting for a moment. I've got an animal hide here. You can combine that with a knife
Worse than war
to
rations,
create leather
Don't
scraps.
tell anyone where you got this, eh?
Oh, we picked up another book that was in the cave, I believe. It gives a bit of backstory on the gods. Read it if you like.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Alright. Let's see if we can sell that stuff somewhere.
You're back. Oh, it's so good to see you, mate. You look... You know who you look like? The moon. I bet you hear that all the time, don't you?
Is he flirting with us? Well, say you're
Sure,
interested in trading.
have a look.
Let's see, yeah, he's got a lot of money. This is the kind of trader you want to sell your stuff to, because he doesn't have to offer anything of interest, but he has got a lot of money, so I can just dump all that crap with him. Now, we've got a level up. Let's just allocate our points. We can put them all into intelligence. Let's see. Do I need more memory slots? I kinda do. We need to learn some more spells, but unfortunately I only have summoning skills right now. And yeah, we'll stick with summoning for the time being, at least until we've maxed it out. Because I've been thinking about my build, and yeah, there's a problem I did not consider. If you go for necromancy and summoning, you will not get any increase in elemental damage, which means that your wands and your staffs will deal not much damage, which sucks pretty much. And also there are no disabling spells in summoning and necromancy as far as I know. At least I don't have any disabling spells yet, which is bad. So I guess we'll have to go for another skill like geomancy or pyrokinetic. Or maybe even all. After all, we have the Lone Wolf talent, which gives us access to a lot of attribute points. So yeah, I guess we'll have to stick to another school when we're done with summoning.
Ain't fit for beasts.
Anyway, there are no interesting spells to learn at the moment, so might as well just stick to intelligence for the time being. And we've got another talent, which is very nice. Now, there are a few talents that are interesting. Savage Sortie definitely worth taking on a mage. However, currently we don't have much critical chance, and our critical multiplier is very low at the moment, so this would be a waste. We'll pick this definitely, but later. We need more critical chance before we do that. Now there are other talents that are useful. Odd skilled up, not so much. Big and better is quite nice. It gives me 2 extra attribute points to spend. Now, what I don't know, let's just drop a save and try this out. What I don't know is if those points are doubled by Lone Wolf 2. That would mean we get 4 attribute points, which would be pretty darn good. Let's try this out, shall we? Hell yes, we get 4 extra points for being Lone Wolf. That is really good. However, intelligence is not very useful to us at the moment, because all my summoning spells, they don't benefit from intelligence. The only thing intelligence does for me right now is increase the dimensional bolt damage and my attack damage. So yeah, that might not be the best choice right now. It will be definitely later, but let's see if there's anything else. Elemental Affinity is extremely good on mages, however, yeah, we don't have any elemental spells right now, so this is not benefiting us in any way right now. It is, however, extremely useful for example, Hydrosophist mages. I had one of those in my first playthrough, and yeah, you have the rain spell. You can cast that under yourself, stand in water, and reduce the AP cost of all your water spells by 1 AP. This is extremely strong, so I might also take this. I would take this on an undead character who is a Geomancer, for example, because yeah, you like poison. You just stand in poison and have all your poison spells reduced by 1 AP, which is also very good. But in my case, I don't think this will do me much good. Now let's see. Ambidextrous is pretty useless. Comeback Kit is interesting, however, 20% health, not so much. It would be nice on a character who has a lot of HP, but not on myself right now. Escapist is pretty much useless. It would probably be useful if you played in honor mode to escape the combat instead of, you know, game over. But yeah, it's not much use for me. Fire
Here's the
mine
goods.
is
Like you
definitely
wanted.
worth
Perhaps if
considering.
those bleeding
It
dwarves didn't need
increases
so
my
much.
cast range. But yeah, it's not that important actually. You can pick it later maybe, but right now, rather not. After dinner is pretty much useless. So is Guerrilla. Hothead is interesting, but yeah, maybe later. Especially on a lone wolf character, it's awesome because you get all your armor doubled, and therefore you will stay at maximum vitality longer. But right now it's not very useful. Leech, nah, I'm not a big fan of Leech. Living armor is extremely good on a character on like a tank or something. But yeah, right now also not useful. Mnemonic would be very good on a mage character, because in contrast to Bigger and Better, which gives you only 2 attribute points, Mnemonic gives you 3 attribute points. Well, they are in memory, but still it's 3 points. However, since I'm a lone wolf, I get 4 attribute points from Bigger and Better, so it is just
Perhaps if
better
those bleeding
than
dwarves didn't
Mnemonic
need so
in
much.
every way. Morning person, not so useful. I mean, maybe, but I've never picked it on anyone. Thing is, if you die in
Perhaps if those
combat,
bleeding dwarves didn't need so
the
much.
combat went pretty poorly anyway. So it has its uses, but yeah, no, right now not. Opportunist is nice on melee characters, especially on
Ain't fit
strength
for
characters.
beasts.
Parrymaster is pretty much useless. Petpol is a very interesting talent that you definitely should have in
I
your
got that special
party
shipment
on
you was
someone.
asking after.
I would have picked it on my
Make a
main
point,
character
mate.
if I hadn't gone for a lone wolf, and this might be worth taking right now. Yeah, slingshot, nope. Stench is also very nice. However, since I'm
Here's the goods.
Stench might
Like
be
you
worth
wanted.
considering.
Ain't
It's
fit for
basically
beasts.
reduces your aggro, meaning that they will more likely attack other people. But since I am a lone wolf and I'm quite tanky, yeah, I don't think I worry too much about being attacked right now. Now, Torturer is interesting, especially for a mage,
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves
since
didn't need
it
so much.
increases the duration of my debuffs and my surface. But right now there are better
Here's
things.
the
Unstable
goods.
is extremely useless.
Like you wanted.
Walk it off is not very
Well,
nice,
some more rations, please.
since it also reduces the duration of beneficial status effects. And Water Rush, yeah, it's too specific. There are not many opportunities where you can use it, because you have to be below 50% health. And only one extra AP. Nah, it's not that good. What is definitely worth taking
I
is
got that
the
special
Pawn or
shipment you was asking
Executioner.
after.
They are both very useful.
Got it.
The Pawn I would
Well,
take
some
on
more
every
rations, please.
melee character. Executioner is good on high damage characters who frequently kill targets, because you get 2 extra AP after that. Very good. Glasscannon is incompatible with Lone Wolf anyway, so I can't take this, but it's worth considering on ranged characters like mages or rangers. However, you must be yeah, cautious with this one, because it can
Don't
screw
tell
you up
anyone where
real
you
good.
got this, eh?
Because yeah, you increase your AP, but your armor does not protect you from statuses. For example, there's one enemy you can't let in the game who has a terrifying aura, which
Well,
is
some more rations,
essentially a
please.
fear aura, and yeah, if you have glass cannon, you're permanently feared. So that's yeah. There are times where you don't want to have glass cannon, and the other ones are pretty bad. So, a Picture of Health is nice on warfare characters, It essentially gives you like 30% or more extra vitality.
Don't tell anyone where
I
you
probably
got this,
will take
eh?
this on Beast, maybe.
Take your coin then.
But yeah, I think Big and Better is a good idea right now. Also, I might go for Pet Paw. You want to go for Pet Paw? Yeah, I'm going for Pet Paw right now. Big and Better is very good, but as I said before, intelligence right now doesn't give me much benefit. So I will reload here and pick Pet Paw instead. All right, let's take Pet Paw. So now we can talk to animals, which I would advise everyone who hasn't played this game before to take. It opens up a lot of new dialogue, which is very interesting and funny at times, and also it gives access to more quests. So yeah, pick it. And let's see, Sebille also has a level up. We can give her...
You forget my name here?
Ain't fit for beasts.
It doesn't really matter what we give her. I'm going to swap her for Beast anyway. But what you want on a rogue is essentially definitely Pawn. If she didn't have that already, I'd give it to her. And yeah, you can give her things like Hothead, for example. Simply things that increase her damage. Hothead and Big and Better. And yeah, maybe even all skilled up. But yeah, I wouldn't go with Glass Cannon on a melee character because they are in the crossfire usually, and yeah, they'll get disabled a lot. So
Worse than war rations,
I wouldn't advise to pick Glass Cannon on a melee. Yeah, that's pretty much the only things that are useful on a rogue. So let's go with Big and Better.
I got that special shipment.
It doesn't do much on this low level. It increases my damage by 10%, but yeah, but I have so little base damage that it literally does nothing right now. But yeah, there aren't many useful talents for melee characters, or for rogues to take, except for Pawn. Pawn's really good. Anyhow, let's see. So we are level 3 now, and what we'll do now is we'll be using the crafting for a moment. Generally, items you craft, weapons and armor you craft are pretty useless. However, this early in the game there isn't much here with stats on it. So yeah, right now it's only about the amount of armor and damage an item does, and yeah, if you craft an item it's always on your level. So I can craft better ones than the one I have currently, so that's what I'm going to do. Plus the damage and armor of items depends on its quality. For example, a common level 2 wand does 3 to 4 damage, while a unique one does 5 to 6. Although unique is, well, unique, but there are other things like rares and divine items and stuff like that. They usually have more base damage than
Here's the goods.
lower quality weapons of the same level.
Wanted.
So yeah, let's craft some weapons, shall we? Now,
Worse than war rations, these.
wands can be crafted by combining short sticks with skulls. It is random, I believe, which element they have. Yep. And staffs can be crafted by using long branches with shells. Different shells give different elements. This is air. This is fire. And so on. However, I don't want stuff. Just craft them to sell them. And yeah, we
Worse than
don't
war
have a
rations,
needle.
these.
If we had a needle, we could make a leather armor too. But that's all we can do for now, I think. Yes,
If a
let's see.
magister finds this on you forget my name, here.
Worse
We've
than war
got...
rations, these.
what do we want? A poison or an air wand? It doesn't really matter. So let's go with a poison wand. But I'll keep...
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
I keep those stuffs around for the time being, because if we encounter undead enemies, yeah, my poison damage won't do much, so I can switch to other elements if necessary.
Ah, you're back. Oh, it's so good to see
Here's
you,
the
mate.
goods.
You look...
Like you wanted.
You know who you look like?
Alright, and what were we just about to do? We saved a mirror, and yeah, we should probably go and talk to Zahir. Also, since we now have Pet Paw,
Medicine. What a
we can
shame.
talk to Buddy.
All you need is a strong constitution. The gods will take care of the rest.
The old dog looks up at you but doesn't lift his greying head from his paws. He heaves a heavy sigh.
Ask the pooch what's the matter.
It's no use anyway.
Stretch behind his ear and say you know how he feels.
You're nice. Emmy would have loved you.
Ask whether this Emmy is the reason he seems so blue.
She was my mate for the last 7, carried the 2, plus 50. 5 years! The Magisters, they took her.
Tell the dog he's really bad at math. No, we don't. Scratch behind the pooch's ears. He's not alone for now, at least.
I love you. Say, let me show you something.
A key. Buddy's key.
Good find.
Buddy.
Oh, hey! Hey! I thought you might be Emmy. It's nice to see you.
Ask where you can use the key he showed you.
Key? What key? Oh, the key! The Magister who took Emmy dropped it when he was walking away. Did someone say Emmy? Oh, Emmy.
Aww.
If you find out where it leads, if you see Emmy, tell her I miss her.
Ask the pooch where he last saw Emmy.
Not too far from here, but she was taken by a guy in a white robe who smelled horrible. Like lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of dogs. And also a little like dead people. He dragged her into the big castle just there. I'm so worried about her.
Aw, give his belly a little rub.
I think I love you.
Okay, so we've got a new quest. Buddy's looking for his mate, Emmy. Yeah, she seems to be... she seems to have been taken by a Magisters. And yeah, let's see if we can find her. Also, we've got an update on Sebille's quest. Alright. Alright. Yeah, so we are done with Sebille's quest for the time being. I'd say we send her home then and pick up Beast, finally.
Food.
Your eyes brim with inquiry, so ask.
Yeah, let's talk to her first. Ask Sebille what our next move should be.
We may see no bars, but we are firmly behind them here and now. As I hunt for answers, escape must ever be on our minds.
Ask her what answers she's hunting for.
Let's save those for later, shall we? Not quite the thing I tend to share with strangers.
Yeah, that's a hint that she's doesn't like us enough yet to talk about such things. So we might talk about this later when we know a bit better. To escape seems implausible at best. Well, that's a strange thing to say. We already know like 3 ways out of here. Well, kind of.
Ha! Nonsense. We've already cheated death coming here. We have but to cheat the living to leave. Ha! Shouldn't be too hard, trust me. May require some needlework, though.
Needlework, yeah. Change the subject. Ask Sebille about the way she held a needle to your neck. Would she really have killed you?
In a final heartbeat. Why? Did you assume I wouldn't?
Saying that, you entertained the hope that she wouldn't have brutally murdered you out of nowhere, yes?
The only thing that springs eternal is blood from gushing wounds. And water from springs, of course, and flowers from the ground, but you catch my drift. One must cull to cultivate.
That's a strange notion. Ask Sebille how she was taken into custody by the Magisters. Did they catch her off guard as well?
Hardly. I walked up to the quay, asked for the ship to Fort Joy, and declared myself a sorcerer. I'm here to hunt, remember? Here to play a game of tic-tac-terminate with a special certain someone.
Yet Sebille, you still want to talk more about Stingtail.
My. I did get you all worked up, didn't I? Afraid you won't be able to sleep tonight?
Oh, take her hand and ask if she'll be able to sleep tonight.
She pulls her hand away, quickly and violently, as if bitten by a snake.
Tell her she has an odd reaction to kindness indeed.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. I suppose I'm a bit skittish from time to time. Skittish like a cat that's seen too much unkindness. You see, there's triplets in my mind. The woman I am, the woman I must be, the woman I long to be. Like all sisters, they do tend to be at odds with one another. From time to precious time.
There's no woman she must be. Tell her she can let go of the past if she so wishes.
To erase the past, I must do just that. Erase it. You can see what I can do. What comes as easily as a morning's yawn or a rush of blood in the presence of beauty. This, you must accept.
You understand. Say that you accept.
Thank you. How romantic a concession, to let a woman kill when she so pleases.
Yeah. Tell her you'd like to go your separate ways for now, at least.
Are you certain you want to dismiss your companion?
Yes, I am.
If we have different paths to take, you and I, so be it.
Where does she go, actually? Over here?
Medicine. What a shame. All you need is a strong constitution.
Is that thing eating corpses?
Okay, we've got... Oh, she just disappeared, apparently. Well, we found Migo. If you remember, there was a Magister who was looking for Migo, a certain Magister Yarrow. And there are a bunch of arms and stuff around here. Oh, shit. I just dismissed Sebille, so we can't eat that arm right now. That's unfortunate, but, well.
What's this? I found something.
I found something. That should be the cave entrance that Amiro told us about. Yeah. And there's also a chest over here and a rat we can speak to.
Say, do all lizards smell like oranges, or is it just that crazy fellow with the pointy tail?
Yeah, okay, but so that happens pretty often that animals give you hints about current quest. So he's giving me a hint about Stingtail. However, yeah, we already knew that.
The creature heaves through lips gummed with human gore. It turns to you with great effort, pain apparent in every movement, and madness screams from its wide, bloodshot eyes.
Okay, this dude seems to be enjoying a nice little lunch on the beach.
You. Quite lost.
Careful, or they'll cross your wires.
Yeah, I think they crossed his wires already.
Now, a little query. Where grows the yarrow? Quickly now, for I haven't much time.
Take the yarrow plant from your pouch and offer it to him.
The creature gingerly takes the plant into his bloodied hands. He runs his fingertips over the white flowers. His panting breath slows.
Darling, dear. Dear, darling child. Hello, yarrow girl. Can it really be you?
Okay, he had a strange reaction to that yarrow flower I gave him. Ask him why he was looking for that flower.
The creature clenches the plant tightly. His breath quickens. He seems liable to lunge at you at the drop of a pin.
You wouldn't understand. A father's pride, a father's love.
The creature begins to weep. Fast, silent tears spill from his eyes as he clutches the little cluster of flowers to his heart.
For you, my ring, part of me, name of Migo. Thank you.
Okay. So, he gave us a ring. Miga's ring, which is very good. Gives me the skill restoration. However, this is probably the person that Magister Yarrow is looking for. So, let's go to Yarrow and tell her. Let's see, Magister Yarrow.
Don't disturb me again, unless you've seen Migo.
Recall the madman you met on the beach and say that you may have seen him.
You have seen him? Tell me, where was he?
Describe where you met him, but caution her to be careful. There was something terribly wrong with him.
And you're very sure it was him?
Hand her his ring as proof.
She inspects the ring closely.
This can't be. You said he was upon the beach, yes? I need to have a look myself. This simply can't be.
Oh. Well, let's follow her.
Mama, where are you, darling?
Let's see. There she is.
Pretty, pretty, pretty.
Now, do they want to talk?
It was her, wasn't it? The monster.
Don't think of the ugly now. Here I am, here you are. Here we are.
Okay, let's talk to them.
Pop, is that really you?
Ah, something tragic is about to happen.
Little yarrow girl. Grown up, flower-headed girl.
What have they done?
Well, those are not very tactful things to say, but... Frown, this beast is her father?
Beast? Watch your mouth, inmate. You're in the presence of an honorable man.
Say that you're glad they found each other again, even under these circumstances.
She looks at her father and manages a small smile.
As am I.
Ask if she knows who's responsible for this.
There were always rumors about the hammer. Dallas, that is. What she was doing with the prisoners she hauled off to her fortress. Why they never joined the rank and file thereafter. I suppose now I know.
Yeah, I guess we now know what curing means. They turn you into some kind of whatever that thing is. Ask if she's ever seen this kind of magic before. It seems as though her father has suffered some kind of strange treatment.
It's strange. It almost reminds me of the creatures Dallas keeps at her side. Sometimes you hear a kind of muttering beneath their masks.
She reaches out to touch her father's hand. He withdraws it quickly before remembering himself and reaching out to Yarrow again.
I had no idea. What a fool I am.
So, she's a magister, but apparently she didn't know what was going on with the imprisoned sorcerers that were cured. Yeah, well, now we know.
Wait, before you go. You've helped us a great deal today. Let me help you too. I have a little gold on me, and take this key. I'll show you where you can use it. It opens a door leading into the fort that may help you get out of this wretched place.
And there we have yet another way to escape Fort Joy.
It isn't too late for you. Not yet.
And we get a quest reward. Now, we don't have a belt yet.
Happened? What have they done to you?
Ah, that's quite tragic.
Yarrow girl?
It was her, wasn't it? The monster.
And apparently,
Think of the ugly now.
apparently
Here
Dallas
I
is
am,
responsible
here
for
you
this.
Here we are.
Oh well. My weapon is... Why would it say that I have... My weapon isn't damaged. Wands don't even have durability.
It was her, wasn't
No,
it?
that apparently
The
is a bug
monster.
or something. What else?
Don't
Well,
think
she
of the
gave us a
ugly now.
belt, which is
Here
nice.
I am. Here you are.
And she gave us a
Here
key.
we are.
And Buddy's key. Yeah, we've got a bunch of keys and a bunch of ways to escape Fort Joy. However, we don't want to escape just yet.
The monster.
I'll just grab Beast before we go any further. Now, over here we have a certain Naren. Let's talk to him.
I'm meeting someone here. That someone ain't you.
He's got a tattered page, and yeah, this Naren is looking for someone. And that someone is the Red Prince. Actually, we should grab the Red Prince and come here. And I think that's what we'll do next. But first we'll speak to Margot, some human woman here on the beach.
The woman looks out on the gently lapping waves. She seems totally at peace, but as you approach, she turns to you with a cheerful smile.
Haven't seen you around here before. New?
Hello, you just arrived.
Well, don't worry too much if you have a hard time settling in. Takes a while to get used to the place. You here alone?
Not alone.
She gives you a long look.
You think twice about facing this mean world alone, eh? Someone to drink to in the evenings, someone to hold at night. If you got those, you'll be alright. Some of us haven't got anyone at all anymore.
Thank her for the advice.
It's nothing. If I haven't learnt that by now, I haven't learnt anything at all.
Ask why she's here alone.
Used to be I had a family. A husband and a little boy. We were healers. Source was in our blood. Then they brought us here. I couldn't stop them from taking my boys from me when they did. Reckon they were cured. Maybe even released. Don't know why the Reds didn't take me too.
Yeah, after what we just saw with Migu, I don't think you want to be cured.
Now I'm just waiting for him to call my name. Waiting and remembering.
Yes, express your condolences about her having lost her family.
Thank you kindly, sweetheart. I do appreciate it. They were good lads. Too good for this place. In some ways, I'm glad they got out quickly. Listen to me, bubbling on like a cauldron. You're sweet to listen. And yes, they were lovely. Totally lovely. I'll see him again before I'm gone for good. That's for certain. You run along now, darling. You shouldn't spend what little time you've got left here listening to an old bleeding heart moan. You remember what I said. No sense in going at this whole mean world alone.
Unfortunate. If you choose other options, you can, well, if you listen to her life story, she'll hand you a scroll of restoration, which I would have liked to have, but, well, not getting it now. And he teaches restoration, which is extremely useful. Unfortunately, I don't have any points in Hydro Sophist, so yeah, don't need that right now. Let's see, we've got some stuff around here. Cooking station you can use to, well, cook. And there's Beast. But yeah, let's find the Red Prince before we talk to Beast. And let's have a look at this book. It's just a rhyme book. Oh, it gives me a recipe. Anyhow, now yeah, let's try to find the Red Prince. I hope he's where we first encountered him. Yep, there he is. Oh, he's got the black cat following him too. That's a problem. Anyway.
Are you ready for me to join forces?
Yeah.
Off we go then.
And he's got a level up too. Very nice. Now, what to give you? We could give him glass cannon. Don't need to do that though. Ah, crap! I'm a fool. I should have given Lone Wolf to Sebille, but yeah, whatever. Let's give him Lone Wolf too. All right, let's go back to the dude we've seen outside. Where is he? Over here. Now, let's give him a healing potion, just for good measure. And maybe also a scroll might be useful. Alright. Let's... oh no, he's over here. Let's drop his save. And go meet Naren.
Ha! I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead.
Alright. Apparently he's one of the assassins sent after him. So let's just buff up. Scythe, this is going to be another attempt on your life because they are frightful bore, frankly.
Not an attempt, mate. Not if I can bloody help it. Time's up, Your Highness. Let's dance.
Okay, that dude is really strong. Which is why, yeah, this is not an easy fight. Let's see. He's got 50% poison resistance, which sucks. Alright, he does not have attacks of opportunity. No, he does. That's unfortunate. There you can see the red ring around him. If I get too close, that means I'll get hit by an attack of opportunity. But apparently I'm not close enough to trigger an attack of opportunity if I just run away. Well, at least I hope so. But actually we don't need to run away, screw that. Let's just...
Mine. Glory is mine.
Ah, he will survive, unfortunately. Or maybe I could kill him. Let's hope he dies. Nope, he doesn't. Damn it. Yeah, but he should be dead now. So, let's just make another totem and use Dimensional Bolt.
Damn nuisance these
Yes,
assassins
perfect.
are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really.
Okay, we can talk to the Red Prince about what just happened.
Well, that was rather fun, wasn't it? I do find it ever so invigorating to cut a cutthroat's throat.
Say he seems awfully relaxed for someone who was just the target of an assassination.
Oh, one gets used to this kind of thing so quickly. This is hardly the first time someone's filled some poor fool's purse and bid him kill the prince. I'll tell you what, though. Whomever wants me out of the picture will have to do a lot better if they seek to get the better of me. All those bumblers they've sent so far mark a mere insult to my swordsmanship.
Well, you're not using a sword, but yeah, whatever. Okay, let's see what he's got. Oh, he's got a nice dagger, which I can identify. And yeah, that's it. Let's have a look at this letter he carried around. Naren, you've served me well in the past. You will do so again. Use the scroll included with this letter and cast it in a public square in Arx. You will be arrested for source use and shipped to Fort Joy. Once on the island, you will search for a red-skinned lizard. You will kill him. You will cut the body to pieces. You will ensure no magic in the world can restore him back to life. You have your orders. Your weight in gold awaits you. Good luck and good hunting. Okay, unfortunately it is not signed, but apparently he was hired to kill the Red Prince. Let's see if there's any more to talk about.
Is it an audience you desire?
Ask how many assassins he's had sent after him.
Dozens, I should imagine, but if we're talking about the ones that came after my exile, this would be number 5. Let them come, I say. Keeps one sharp.
And we can also ask him about how he feels about Sebille having murdered Stingtail.
Bah! I should whip her till she's as red-skinned as I am, then leave her for the birds to peck clean. But there are broad waters between should and shall at the present. And I'm nothing if not a patient prince. It's forgiving that I've more trouble with. Still, you bewilder me just as much, don't you know? It was you who invited little Miss Needlework into the fold. Do you mean to tell me you're comfortable with what she's done?
Say that it doesn't bother you one bit. The man helped enslave her after all.
Of course he did. Like he was bid to, by a master. by a higher force than he.
He didn't like my answer, but yeah, whatever.
Doesn't bother you one bit, indeed, to see a sir cut down by a slave, a person by a plod. Preposterous.
Yeah, he feels a bit different about slavery. After all, it is legal in the ancient empire. However, I don't really like slavery, so yeah, whatever. Yeah, we're done for the moment.
Yes, by all means.
Was nice having you around. Let's get him sent back again.
Yes, by all means, let us partake in the art of conversation.
Are you certain you want to dismiss your companion?
Your loss.
Oh. Yeah. And let's talk to this crab first. Scepter the... For fuck's sake, Scepter the... God damn it.
Ah, coloured like a dog. A very pink, very long dog. I'd pity you, but Scepter the Ineffable has no patience for weakness.
Scepter the Ineffable. Ask the crab what it's doing out here. Huh? Scowl that you don't even like eating shellfish, so you certainly won't stand to be insulted by one.
Insult? You should be honoured that I would even talk to you. I am the most powerful sorcerer to have ever scuttled upon this shore.
Scoff and say that the crab sounds like it has an inferiority complex.
Yes, I'm surrounded by inferior creatures, none of whom recognize my greatness.
Ask if there's any way out of our joint.
But of course, they'll happily dump your maggot-ridden corpse into the sea when they're through with you.
You see what you're missing out on when you don't take the petball talent? You really should. It's really funny. Let's see. Ask if it knows what exactly goes on inside the fort.
Sorcerers dance while magisters pull the strings. Fools all! Their tomfoolery won't save them from the destruction the void shall wreak upon them.
Ask the crab how it came by its source powers.
This power is my birthright, same as yours, but one of us has grown to astounding heights, and the other has sunken to depths too humiliating to describe. Pity.
Pity. Raise an eyebrow. Didn't the order bring you here to cure you?
Ha! Of course, precious. But which is worse, the cure or the disease?
No, I kind of want to kill her just to find out what happens, because I didn't in my first playthrough. Let's just attack her. And 3 XP, nice. And life essence. That was worth it. Alright, over here we've got Beast, finally. So, let's...
tweaks the nubs, he strokes and pokes like all the blokes. You say he'll touch it all day long.
Let's doctor.
And combs it. Come on, you stubborn hunk of garbage.
The dwarf's fingers clamp around a splintered chunk of wood nailed to the skeleton of an old ship. His whole body strains with the effort of wrenching the plank free, to no avail.
Ah!
Hail! You recognize this fellow from the ship. Tell him you're glad to see we made it away from the wreck.
Eh? Oh, that. Won't be my first or last roll on a lost boat. Reckon I might have had a harder time of it without your help, though. Bravery on the high seas is rewarded tenfold in the hall, you know. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got business to attend to.
The dwarf spits into each of his calloused palms and rubs them together, before placing them both back on the plank and pulling.
Bleeding nail must be charmed or something.
Tell him to leave it be. Whatever he's up to appears to be a fool's errand.
We'll just see about that.
He grabs hold of the plank and hefts his great bulk backward. The rusty nail pops loose, and the dwarf stands back, smiling proudly, his prize in his hands. The plank promptly crumbles to pieces.
Son of a...
Laugh loudly. Wipe your eyes and tell him nothing's nothing good lasts after all.
Aye, and nothing all but worthless either.
He casts one appraising eye over the planks strewn on the ground and those still nailed to the ship. His brow furrows in calculation. He sucks a finger and holds it up to the wind, testing the breeze.
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached the break. Well, on to plan B.
Capsized, so he was building a vessel, was he?
He gives you a wry look, as though deciding whether to trust you.
Aye, was planning to build me a raft and paddle off. I've got business north of here, in a town called Driftwood. Far be it from me to miss an appointment.
Tell him you hate to break it to him, but people don't just leave for joy.
Maybe you don't.
He stands before you and pokes you in the side, seizes your shoulder with a great, strong hand.
There's something of you, you know? You don't have to accept your fate on this bloody island. You can leave here, get on with your life. Why don't we make a deal then? You help me get out of this place, and I'll do the same for you.
Reach out and shake his hand. You'd be glad to have him as an ally.
That's the spirit.
He lifts an invisible cap and bows with the grace of a courtier.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's... well, the name's dead and buried. What matters is what they call me. Beast.
Say his story is well known, even outside the Dwarven Kingdom. He was outcast after trying to overthrow Queen Justinia, right? So, yeah, it's obviously he's rather famous. He is the nephew, I think, to Queen Justinia, who is the Queen of the Dwarves. And yeah, they had a little fallout, a little falling out. Queen Justinia seems to be a little tyrannical, and there's a bit of a rebellion going on in the Dwarven lands right now, and yeah, he was part of this rebellion.
May have been cast out, but you can bet your last heel of breed she wishes she hadn't have. I've taken my revenge 1,000-fold on that tyrant's fleet.
Ask how he got captured by the Magisters.
I'll tell you when you're older. Anyhow, we're a team now, so the me is not half as important as the us. Let's get down to brass tacks. Fighting, I mean. I've been up and down the realm so often it'd make your cabbage spin, and I've picked up a few tricks along the way. Truth be told, I've grown fond of crushing and casting. A battle mage, if you like. But there's not so important as team dynamics. So what'll it be?
So, yeah, it's now the question is, I don't know exactly what to do with him. I kind of need a strength character, although I might just get by with buffing my strength to perform certain interactions. However, yeah, problem is I don't have any disables right now, and strength character, or rather a warfare character, does have a lot of disables. However, he would do physical damage, and therefore I had to break physical armor, while I do elemental damage and therefore break elemental armor, magical armor. So it might be beneficial to also turn him into a mage, but yeah, I'm not quite so certain. I think for the time being I'll turn him into a warrior.
I've more muscle in an inch than most have got in a mile. What do you have in mind in particular?
Now, problem is, if I turn him into a fighter, does he have any points in single-handed? That would be bad. If I turn him into a knight, he'd probably have a point in a two-handed, which would also be bad. I want him to dual wield. So, yeah, let's take a fighter.
Then it's settled. Capital. Well, that's that sorted. Onward then. I've got to get out of here, and soon. And I suppose you do too.
Alright, let's have a look at Beast. So, he has... what's... oh, he's got nice talents. Sneaking, no one needs sneaking. He's got 2 points in bartering. Well, That's at least not completely useless. He's got 2 points in Geomancer. Why the fuck do they all have Geomancer? Well, guess I'll have to live with that for now. And he's also got a lot of points in Constitution, which is bad, but well, whatever. So he's got really... I should have maybe picked him up before leveling up to level 3. Whatever. Guess I'll have to live with this for now. He's got 1 more skill point, however, and it will be Lone Wolf, of course. And yeah, we'll give you 2 one-handed weapons. He's already got a nice knife on a stick. And a club. Alright. No, we won't give him any daggers. Let's give him some armor. And maybe give him this belt too. After all, he's a melee. He'll need that more than I do. Alright. So yeah, warfare characters do have a lot of... What the hell is that? It's his source ability. He's got an air spell as a source ability, which is weird, but whatever. And petrifying touch, which is magic, geomancing magic. Both of these are his inert abilities, which he starts with, no matter what class he chooses. Bouncing shield can only be used if you have a shield, and well, it doesn't, so let's get rid of that. Battle Stomp is really nice. It knocks down characters if they don't have any physical armor, and it has quite a lot of range actually. And it only hits enemies, so it's really useful. Spotify is quite useful. We'll keep that for the time being. Flurry is pretty bad, but whatever. Let's see. Let's give him some more healing potions. And a bedroll. And I guess you can have all those grenades. So this axe gives 5% critical, which might... Nah, I'd rather have more base damage. Alright, so we finally got to meet Beast and recruit him into our party. And this is the party I will be going with most of the time. Yeah, and I guess we can proceed to do the crocodile quests next time. I hope we'll be able to handle them. Maybe I'll drop by the warfare trader and grab a few more spells for him. But anyway, we'll be doing this next time. And yeah, see you then.